Alright, I've got this old Pentium 4 box that's got a new power supply in it. And I'm going to stick this different motherboard in. My tape drive I'm trying to test over there, they're failed miserably. They both ate the tapes. But I'm going to sell them on eBay just to get them into somebody's hands that can use them. So get this scuzzy junk out of here.
Nice on them doohickeys down there.
Alright, you sit there. On top of the phone books, because that's the obvious place where you would normally put a SCSI drive, controller, and everything else. Alright, so that's a Pentium 4, 3.06 gigahertz. It's one of the old, old generation Pentium 4s. It's not, I think it's a 775, pretty sure. I don't know. Anyways, I've been running Linux on this thing, been using it for the bench test machine, but now I kind of think that maybe I'll put this fancy gaming board in here, see what happens. So you probably saw this thing before, this ASRock, whatever it is. This here, delid Z170 K6 400, whatever the hell it is. Anyways, it's for some reason this board won't run with a BIOS other than the very first one they provided, the original version. I'm not sure why that is, but it runs, so I'm going to test it. I mean, it runs Linux alright. And it's got an i5 6600, which should be fairly adept at running Shotcut, better than the 4570 I've been using to encode stuff. It shouldn't take me 6 hours to encode a 1 hour video. So, always pull the wire, not the connector. Remember that. Come on. Ah, you jerk. Well, that thing's been in there for 75 years. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to steal this fan too, because this is a good fan. It's a new fan. I put this on there myself. Oh, check this out. This thing, if you can remember when I did the video on replacing the batteries in here, it's still on the same charge. So yeah, nickel metal hydrides are way better. Let's get this. Oh, let me. Maybe we'll yank some cables up too. I think this has got like 2 gigs of RAM in it, which, yeah, whatever. Linux, who cares? It's only a bench machine. Well, it was a bench machine. Oh shoot! You know what? This stupid thing doesn't have a floppy port. Oh, I'm still running old serial ATA. Hell, it doesn't have an IDE port either. What the shit? Alright, well. I guess not. We'll still put it in this case. Just have to maybe move my floppy drive into something that can use it. Or just leave it there. Put it on a USB, doohickey, or whatever. Pull the IDE cable. Pull the floppy cable. Panel connectors, I'm just going to randomly pull those off, just leave them lay, because everybody needs a challenge, right? Alright. These. See that. I'll shove them here for now. Yeah, there we go. Aha, found the screw. I like this magnetic thing here. This is cool, because it doesn't lose the screws very easily. Actually, it's hard to pull the screws off the thing, which is good. Oh shoot, I'm going to need standoffs for this thing because the new board's longer. Okay, well, we'll get there. We'll burn that bridge when we get it. Alright, there we go. I better not have to take this damn hard drive bay out of here to get the stupid screw out. Oh, just barely. Come on. Shimon. Oh, just barely. That's going to be a pain in the ass putting the new one in, but... Alright, did we make it? I think we did. Pretty sure. There's something hanging up here. What is it? Nothing. Oh, I forgot to unplug all the jank. I'm not sure what this is going to be yet. It's probably just going to be a Shotcut encoding machine until I get my better Xeon. I had my sight set on some fairly adept Dell machines that were getting junked, but now they're not getting junked anymore. So, and they were the dual socket ones. They'll take like 22 cores per socket. E5 something or other. E5 2600 series, I think it was. CPUs. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to put more standoffs in this case. This board will fit, but I don't want to be pushing on it without having the standoffs in there. Alright, well, that blows that. I guess I gotta go find a standoff. Well, a bunch of standoffs. Where are they? See if one of these junkers has some. That's why you always keep your junk, because you never know when you're gonna need it. Oh yeah, there's some right there. Cool. Kick ass. Alright, pliers. I need 2. Well, let's take 2. Then we'll lose them, and then we'll come over here and take 2 more. I gotta get some fanage going on. It is friggin' roasting in here. If you don't like fan noise, then there's multitudinous other channels you can listen to that don't have fan noise. Alright, here's some standoffs. I hope they're the right threads. They're probably not. Alright. Well, that's a pain in the ass, isn't it? That's got one of those stupid teardrop shaped things where you gotta run the stupid plastic standoff under it. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll just skip that one. Not the best of ones to skip, but it's doable. Let's see. Good, this gives me plenty of room to work on the stupid BIOS chips too. Oh, we need the hickamajig here. So I don't know why that BIOS won't work, or that motherboard won't work with any BIOS other than the very first version available. I think it's like 1.5 or something like that. It's whatever. I mean, if it works, it works. It feels pretty stable. I mean, it's not like it's never crashed on me. So hey, whatever. Oh, there's some extra standoffs right. Oh no, they're not. They're right there. What the hell are those? I know. Never mind. Huh. Is that set back any? No. 2 there, 1 there. Set back a little bit. And 1 in the back and 1 in the middle. 1 in the middle there, 1 in the back there. Oh. Alright, well. Let's just put... That lines up with those ones. Let's put 1 here. Oh, it's in the A part. Alright, so all the A holes line up. All the A holes line up. Yeah, nice. Alright, so we're lining up the standoffs in all the A holes here. See, it says A. So therein is where we stick them. Hey. wonder if this power driver is the right size to... No, it isn't. Going the wrong way. Nah, it's just two different size. Alright, let's use the pliers. Don't ever use a nut driver to drive standoffs. Always use pliers so you round them off. Make sure you round them off real good too so you can't get them back out. And the next asshole that's got to work on this thing will never get it apart. Also, make sure you cross thread the wrong kind of screw. Use like some kind of weird 1970s British thread or something to stick in there. British pipe thread, yeah, that's what you need. Don't use machine screws. That sucks. Use like British pipe thread or something ridiculous. Or invent your own proprietary thread. That's even better. Yeah, see, these are different thread than the other ones. Nice. Alright, let's also change the hickamajig on here. We gotta put a bigger heat sink on here just because. I just kind of put any random heat sink I could find on, and it's not always the best of ideas. I'm probably going to try to overclock this thing. If I do, it's probably going to want more. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, we're not going to use a fan. We're going to use something even better. Stand by for better stuff. I'll be back. I think this will fit. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if the camera's still on. This stupid thing only records 10 minutes at a time, whenever it feels like it. So what I've got here is a water block assembly that should be for, wait, what is it? Professional Cool System Computer Back. I'm guessing that it's a 1151 socket cooler, comma, water. And I've got radiators and shit in the other shop right next to here, so we should be able to build a water cooling system for this beast. I've got the fans for the radiators, and I've even got thermoelectric coolers if we want to, but I think we're going to leave that alone for right now because that's a waste of energy for what we're going to be doing with this. I might just lap this thing too, who knows. I've done that before. It helps significantly with CPU temperatures. If you've never looked up CPU lapping, look up CPU lapping. It's awesome. If you're a lunatic overclocker, and you'll be interested in that. Oh shoot, it doesn't come with the hickamajigs. It doesn't come with the spigots. What the crap? Well, alright, let's see if it fits on the board and the CPU. There, yeah. Here, sit and hold this. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do her just right. This way or that way, or doesn't it matter? Looks like it goes over the thingies. I'm going to try one of these on my Xeon machine too, see if I think it should fit. Oh, duh. Yeah, stick it on there with that on, with the label on. I'm sure that'll conduct heat real good. Oh yeah, it's quality stuff there. Well, at least it looks like it's machined flat. That's helpful. Now the damn adhesive's probably going to stay on there. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go get my bottle of alcohol that I carry around with me everywhere because I'm paranoid like Monk now about that stupid Corona garbage, and I can't end up getting it anyway. Alright. Bottle of alcohol and blue shop rags. Blue shop rags. They're blue, they're rags, and they're in the shop. These things are awesome. Alright, wash this off a little bit. I don't know why I'm showing washing off the CPU heatsink hickamajig. Let's dry it too. Fancy. Yeah. And I've got an extra thingamajig here if we had to use it. I may use it for something else yet. Alright, where's my shmoo? Should I maybe put some fresh shmoo on there? That stuff's fairly fresh. I didn't put it on too long ago. Yeah, let's re-shmoo it. Oh, we'll use my alcohol on a blue shop rag. You know, blue shop rags ought to friggin' sponsor this thing. I use enough of them. We have sponsorship opportunities open for blue shop rags. Alright. Yeah, it's good enough. I don't really care if it's fancy. So I'm thinking either the CPU's bad or the motherboard's bad, and that's why it only runs one particular version of the BIOS. We'll find out. I mean, I'm going to get another CPU for that. It's a Core i5 6600K. Oh, this camera's irritating. It shuts off every 10 minutes. Alright, so it looks like we got to stick the screw up through the bottom of the board into the holes in the hickey-majig here, and then stick the fat thing on the top of it and thread it on, and that should hold it. Oh neat, I just noticed something. All that cleaning I did, there's a plastic film on there. Glad I noticed that. I wonder how many people got screwed up by this, especially noobs. Wow, that's shiny. Okay. I don't know, some people like to hear the film getting peeled or whatever, so there. Congratulations, you heard the film getting peeled. Okay. You know, I'm going to put this on. I'll probably have to take it back off to thread the damn pipe thread spigots in. Whatever. Let's put her on like that, I think. Yeah, stick it. There, see, that's good enough, and it'll just even out a little bit more once you put some pressure on it. There. See? All fine and dandy, and you don't even have to look at it. It's just on there. Okay, so they're springy too. I guess there's two plastic washers on here. One of them probably goes on the top somewhere, and one of them goes on the bottom. I suppose. Oh yeah, I see what it does. So you unthread this. Oh, oops. Oh, it's got a nut and a stopper, the thumb screw stopper thingy. Yeah, I'll cut my nails later, sorry. That's gross. You're going to take the nut and the stopper. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, because you got to put the screw up through. And then, I'm guessing, since this didn't come with any instructions, that's lovely. I mean, it was the cheapest one I could find that fits this socket, so whatever. Okay, so you got a nut, a screw, a thumb screw, two plastic washers, and that's it. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll take the screw, we stick one plastic washer on it, like that, and shove it up through the bottom of the board. Whoa! Get back here, you jerk. Alright. Oh, I see it. There's already a metal thing on the bottom of the board. So left a piece of blue shop rag behind, apparently. Okay, shove it up the hole. Alright, so it's shoved up the hole. And I think, where the hell do you put the spring on? I guess you stick one of these washers on top of here. And then you shove the spring on. Oops. Oh, wait a minute, I know. Aha, hold on. Ah, Tetris mode. Here's what we do. We take the hickey-majig off. which is now making a giant mess of everything. But see, it spread it out just fine. So we leave the screw in there. We'll take one of these plastic washers, we'll shove it on there. I got an idea. Then we'll take the nut and we thread it on there. And we tighten the living shit out of it and crack the board and ruin the whole thing so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Or better yet, let's very carefully take the electric screwdriver to it. Alright, shouldn't need any more than that. So now, we'll leave that there, and you can just take the cooler off and reinstall it without taking the whole damn thing apart. I wish I'd have thought about that with the last one. That's a good idea. Get some of this excess off of here before it gets every which way. Freaking turns my cat silver from the house to here. From here to the house, whatever. I'm going to pee later and it's going to be silver. Okay, let's do that with all of them. So I can lose all the parts at once when they're laying on here and I knock the whole thing off the desk. That'll be good. Or off the bench. Either way. It'll make a mess. Ooh, it is roasting. Well, actually I'm roasting in here because I'm kind of still dealing with the corona garbage, the after effects of it. Don't get that. It's miserable. At least I'm not infectious or anything like that anymore. Just not feeling particularly well. I guess it takes a month or better. Oh, I almost lost that screw. It takes a month or better to start getting back to normal with this variant of it that's floating around in the atmosphere this time around. Oh, get back here. Okay. We have to not lose any of this because this is all sort of special hardware. Poop. I gotta go to Krause's later and go pick me up a pair of 5/16 to 1/8 inch pipe adapter hickamajigs. Hose barb, spigot, whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's do the same thing we did before. With the screw and the thing and the whatchamacallit. Alright, shove this up through the hole. Shove it up through that hole, thusly. What is that? Mobile. Uh-oh. What the hell is this? Oh, that's got its own like tensioner thingy. I guess. I don't know, is this bracket on the bottom supposed to stay on or come off? Whatever. I'm leaving it on for now. Looks like it's got an insulator to keep it from touching the board and whatnot, so I'll just leave it on. Oh shit. Oh, I almost lost that screw. Jeez. I would have went into the junk pile too. Alright. You can't see this, but I'm putting the screw on. Show you this. There's not really too much value in watching somebody put screws in, but if you're bored, maybe I should have put those on diagonally. Shit. Okay, so we gotta do this. Whoops, did I put the washer on top? No, it didn't. Back apart. Back her off. Make sure we strip it good too. Don't want any of them damn IT guys to be able to get this thing apart. Pain in the ass. Let's put her on diagonally and see. Whoops, I bent something. Okay. Alright, we're going to shove the washer on there, a little plastic washer thing. Whoop! Phew, that was close. This happens to be, I believe, a number 6 machine screw. So I've got a huge box of these. The nuts and the screws and the washers. So they're not that special. Camera, keep recording, damn it. Unless, of course, is that not supposed to get screwed like that? Maybe that's not supposed to be on there. Well, it's got Allen or torque screws in there, like it's not supposed to come off, but that seems to be like not supposed to be on there with this assembly. But how's it come off? Alright, let's take these back out. Hell if I know. Maybe I should Google it. Nah. Instructions are for nerds. Unless that's where the screws go, but there's no way to get them underneath there. Huh. Maybe somebody cracked the board when they put it on the first time, and that's why it doesn't work right. How the hell does this thing even go on? Wait a minute. Is that taped on? This board was free, by the way. Somebody just randomly received it in the mail, and they could never figure out where it came from, so they just kind of, I guess, hung on to it and then just going to throw it away. And hey, you want this? I was like, all right, I'll check it out, see what I can do with it. Lo and behold, it kind of worked. The BIOS, somebody flashed to the latest version, and of course it bricked it because it doesn't run with anything but the first version of the BIOS. I wonder if it's just an early version of the board. So maybe they bricked it and then they sent it back somewhere and they accidentally sent it to the wrong place and it just ended up some random location. The way it went, I suppose. Right down in where you can't get to them. And here's one. There's two. Good. Alright, so I got all my washers back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 8 washers, 8 holes. That's what we need. Alright. So, how does this come off of here? It looks like it's separate. Oh! What the hell? I guess it does come off. Huh. It's double-sided tape. It's got its own special, I guess, custom double-sided tape to go on it. Somebody must have bought a custom heatsink. Alright, well, screw that. Hopefully I didn't damage anything. Alright, we'll leave that off. Screw it. Then we'll just... Whoops. Yeah. Alright. CPU socket. You don't have to mess with the torque screws on there. Shit, that just tapes on. What the hell? Alright. Whatever. Glad I noticed that. Okay, let's go back to screwing. Alright. Screw, washer, nut. I guess now we can tighten it down a little better because the thing ain't in the way. I don't want to crank it too hot, but there's a Harbor Freight drill or screwdriver, so it's not going to really kill it. But what I usually do is I'll screw, and then I'll let off right before it contacts bottom. Like that. And it's just tight enough where oh, I got, yeah. See what I mean? It gets everything. I want to be pressing silver by the time this day is over. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta see if I gotta go in. I gotta go into work at 6 o'clock to help a user with a new system. It's 4 o'clock right now. Alright, shove it in the hole. Plastic washer. Don't touch the damn goop this time. Alright, plastic washer. Metal nut. Watch me screw. Yeah, I should make that the title of the video. Watch me screw. Yeah, that'll be good. Maybe I'll get some views. Well, looks like we're about to bottom out here. There we go. Hey, whoops. Oh, that ruined it. Boy, I am just not doing too good with stuff today, am I? Yeah, if it held up to what the previous user's attempts to make it work, then it'll hold up to me. Alright, give me a plastic washer here. Smack the camera real good once. The nut on there. Real close look at my nasty ass fingernails again. I forgot to cut. And let's screw again. Alright, one more. I like doing this water cooling stuff. At least up until it leaks. My first water cooled CPU was a Pentium 133 back in like 2002. I had a whole pallet of those Pentium 133s. They were obsolete government stuff. And I just messed with one. JB welded together a water cooling thing. JB welded the reservoir directly onto the CPU, and of course it ran out of water, overheated, and ruined the motherboard, but it didn't matter, because back then the damn things were a dime a dozen. They were throwing them away. A couple places paid me to get rid of them. Now that's a hell of a racket, that IT disposal. It's like some of these places, I call them up just as an experiment. We get rid of our IT assets our own way. It works a lot better. But I called up a couple of these places, and they wanted like $4,000 or $5,000 to come in and take the stuff. Like, dude, you're going to resell this on eBay for how much money? Like, nope. Good luck. I just started fixing them up and donating them to people that need them. Shoot, that's the way she rolls. Way of the road, bubs. Yeah, not quite that, but whatever. Alright, we can jam a hickey-majig on here now, I guess. Get it in front of the camera. Okay, I wanted to go that way with it. I think it wants to go that way too. Good. That's what we need. Alright, so I think we jam a screw on each one of the, or a spring on each one of these. And then we jam a thumb screw on each one of these. On top of the spring. That'll let us get exactly whatever tension we need. I don't know how much tension are you even supposed to put on these things? I don't know. 8 of them. Yeah, we'll put 8 on. Okay, good news. Somehow, without moving from this point, I managed to lose one of the thumb screws. That was smooth. I also managed to pick this up. I forgot you've got to go diagonally in a pattern. How the hell did I manage to lose that? Oh, that's what that noise was. No shit. Bet you it fell in where I can't get to it. You pain in the ass. Alright, I found a little bastard. That's good. Something got lost and I found it before I had to go to the hardware store and buy another one. It held up the whole assembly. Alright, so here we are. Kind of prop that up there. Screw these down a bit. I don't know how much you're supposed to crank these down. So I'm just going to kind of crank them down until they feel secure. And they got springs under them so they can't probably over tension it too much. I guess that looks alright. It's tight on there good. Okay, well, I guess maybe we'll crank it up and see if it still works. Make sure we didn't ruin it. It's ruined. Okay. It's ruined. Ruined. Give me that. Stick that. Well, let's put the box on. We'll put the box underneath it. That'll help. Ruined. Okay, this here hickamajig. It goes over here. Stick these together, I think. Or not, just stick one in and stick the other in. 8 pin. I guess that's right. I mean, we'll know in a minute. Get in there. Alright. Get this in here. Shove that in the hole. It doesn't have the extra super wide. Oh yeah, it does. I just don't know if it's got the 24 pin ATX plug on it. Plus the 8 pin 12 volt auxiliary or whatever the hell they call it. Bunch of hippies are calling stuff different names nowadays. Alright, on power. Yes, okay. Alright, it's juiced. How did I turn this on? I think you've got to touch 2 pins on here, but I forget which pins. It's these 2? Oh, it says which ones. Hold on. The print's too small. Son of a bitch. Hold on. I'll be back. Oh wait, there's a magnifier over here, isn't there? Yes, there's a magnifier over here, isn't there? Alright. Juice. Which one is juice? Power button. That is last 2 on the left side, I think. There it is. Okay. On, off, on. Alright, we're through post. I gotta be careful because I don't want this thing... Oh, there's a button to turn the damn power on, duh. What the hell is that noise? Huh. I think the motherboard's making a noise. That's weird. Maybe that's what's wrong with it. It's broke. Alright, how hot did this CPU get? I'm not feeling anything up out of the hickey, but It's not even getting warm. Huh. This is metal, isn't it? Feels like it. Alright, let's feel the bottom of it. Maybe the bottom got hot. No, it's not even getting warm. Huh. I mean, we got, I don't know what the post code was, but whatever it was. Oh, I got an idea. I got a new adapter just for this. Well, it's for doing some video capture too, but... Oh, whoops. That's backwards. Shit. Never mind. I got a VGA to HDMI adapter, but I forgot it's for capturing VGA through an HDMI capture card, not the other way around. Shoot. Alright, let's, we can put this NVIDIA Quadro on here. Just want to see if it comes up on the monitor. Yeah, give me plug. Oop. There's plug. Plug is in. Nope, plug is backwards. Now plug is in. Alright, turn Hickey on. And then there's a button, there's two buttons on the edge here. One of them's power, one of them's reset. I'll try to figure out which one's which here. That's not. There it is. Alright. On. You hear that noise? 32, come on, click it. There we go. Alright, cool. There she is. Well, there she was. Aha! ASRock. Whoops, where'd it go? There it is. Ah, cool. Okay, well, D7 is postcode, and she's running. Alright, let's shut this off before it overheats. Wait, let's reset this and do this again. I think that noise is coming from right here. See what you can hear. Whoops. Shut this off. Now it's not doing it. There, just a little bit. Huh, wonder if there's something wrong with the power supply in this. Heck if I know. Eh, we'll keep messing with it. Alright, well, that's it for that. Let's shut her down and turn the fan back on so I don't die of heat exhaustion. You all perish in flames! Okay, so we didn't totally destroy the board. It posts. So let's shove her in the case. And then plug the juice back into it and see if I ruined it that way. Ruined! Oops. Push the button, eject the card. There we go. Unplug the monitor. Move the card out of the way. Alright. I think my CMOS battery's dead too. It's either dead or else I touched it up against something metal that it didn't like and it resetted it. Alright. So, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 screws should stick through this when I stick it in here. If I don't see 9 threaded holes, it means I screwed up. Aha, aha, ha. Aha, aha, ha. Whoop, ah, shit. Yeah, just break it. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Where? Oh, there you go. Make sure everything out of the way. Alright. 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9 is out of whack. think we can move it with the board in there. And we'll really... Alright. Folks with little tiny hands have a slight advantage in this kind of stuff. Oh, let's just move the whole damn thing out of the way. Jeez. Alright, so my problem right now is I need to move this standoff over here back one hole. Move it back a hole. Yeah, I wonder if there's something fucky going on with the power supply on this motherboard. I mean, it boots, it runs Linux just fine, so what the hell? Runs DOS just fine. Okay, that's in the right hole now. That's what the lady said. Oh, shut up. Alright, let's shove that in the hole. No comment? There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. 9 screw holes. Let's put like 2 or 3 of the screws in with the power driver. You should have seen the Russians at the computer shows with these damn things. I mean, they would just, they'd wind them suckers in there. I mean, they are cranking on them. We were sitting there just laughing at them because, I mean, crack. They'd sell these computers they build at the show to people. I just didn't say anything. I felt kind of bad about there, see. You want to kind of leave the driver loose in your hand so that... Or you don't want to use one of them damn big-ass DeWalt ones on here either because you'll just ruin everything. Leave the driver kind of loose in your hand. Just kind of bump it. It'll just kind of tell you when it's ready. Okay. Let's put the power back into it. See if she'll post. I probably shouldn't be bending that board that bad. Eh, whatever. They're designed for that. These things are consumer appliances. People beat the shit out of them. These little kids get these things for Christmas or something and they just beat it till it fits in the hole. Alright, let's juice it. And then I think the inner button is the one you mash on to...
Mash on the button there. Mash power. Mash on the power, Hanky.
Uh-oh. No juice. Did I up-fuck something, or did I push the...
Mash on the wrong button.
Oh, there we go.
Mash on the wrong button somehow.
Alright, if it says, like, DF or FD or something like that, it means it posted okay. Oh, there's a noise. Hear it? It changes with the display. D7, yeah. And then it stops when it's not as active or something. Alright, so it still posts. That's good. Okay. This thing didn't even get warm. And I know it's on there. I kind of like how these look with a water block on them. I think it looks better than a giant ass ugly heat sink, and it's easier to maintain. It's easier to take on and off. An ATI 3870 something or other. We'll just use that for testing. Oops. Sapphire. Sounds like somebody is at the shop. My cameras automatically alert me whenever something moves at the shop, and it's probably 4:30 by now. 4:27, yep, that's the early people. The morning show host, the first set of those who show up. Then I get another alert a little bit before 5, and then I get another alert right about 6. This thing doesn't have enough plugs to run this video card, does it? Of course not. Or does it? Hold on. Ha! It does. Neat. Well, yeah, 6-pin. Kick ass. All right. Neat. Okay. Well, then let's hitch that up. Where did my... That's DVI, which dates the card, but whatever. Let's hitch my thing up. Let's go find my DVI to VGA adapter. One of them. There should be several of them around here. Unless, of course, Steve used them to start the burn barrel. Hopefully not. I don't think he would do that. He knows better than that. Alright, which one of these is number 1, hickamajig? Which one of these is number 2? I don't think it says. Alright, we'll just stick this in the bottom one. Yeah, it fits. It fits in the hole. Let's see if it lights the monitor up. I traded a 7770 for two of these cards a long time ago. There's these two cards that I have, the 5000 something, 5870 or something like that. The 58 something and the 38 something. Mine, well, at the time, a Dogecoin faster than the single 7770 did. Oh, you got a mash on the button there.
Mash on that there button.
Okay, turned off. Turn back on. There's that awful noise. Now, it's through doing some posty stuff. There's a green light on the monitor. Yeah? This thing's all screwy. There it goes. Oh, that's different. Huh. What's this VGA card has a problem? Problemio. Look at that. It's all screwy. Oops, maybe the monitor's... I don't know what's screwy. Something's screwy. Odd. Well, I mean, this video card's upwards of 15 years old, I think. It's probably... Maybe it's just not such a good card. Oh. I'm pushing keys on the keyboard, but it's not plugged in. Maybe this thing's got a bigger problem than I thought it did. How hot is this thing? Yeah, barely warm. But the problem is, it's got that weird screwball stuff on the screen. That's not just from the angle of the dangle, that's... Maybe the video card's just bad. Huh. Oh. just shut itself off. Why would it do that? I think that video card's probably, well, maybe the video card and the motherboard are bad. Hooray. Unless the power supply's a turd. Oops, no juice. Huh. Oh, it probably overheated. Yeah, it's too hot. Alright, okay. Put it down. That's starting to warm up a little bit. 60 C, or whatever that is in real temperature. Well, that's a good start for the build. I'm going to go home, get a shower, go to work, and come back and fiddle with it some more. I'll see you later. Hey, check it out. We're back in front of this ugly case. Beige rack mount case from 1998. And got this dumpster motherboard in here. Got an NVIDIA Quadro FX 3800 I found somewhere. It's all smashed up. I bought it for like a couple bucks and it worked, so okay, it's going in the machine. I just smashed my foot into something metal and it hurts. And we're going to finish up the water cooling system on this thing, I think. Alright, can I zoom in to this and see on the camera the actual holes here? Let me park this under here. Shove that there. I want you ends to see the holes. Oh, I can just turn it sideways. There you go. There it is. Yep, pull. Alright, going to get a wrench and a couple of hickey jigs. Yep. As you might have noticed, both the corona garbage and the flu kicked my ass at the same time about a month ago, and I've been miserable ever since. Although it's gradually getting better. Whoops. Not something I'd want to do again. So, on my last video, or the last section of this that I taped, filmed, or whatever we do with these things, etched onto a wax disc or whatever, or drum. I mentioned that this is 1/4 inch pipe, but it isn't. It's these dumb things, which is G1/4, some kind of O-ring boss fitting thing. So I got the right thing for it. Glad I checked first before I destroyed the threads. Oh, what's this whole bag? Oh, it's a screw bag with no screws in it. What the crap? Oh wait. Well, okay, that's a problem because now it feels like pipe thread. Yeah, whatever. We'll just crank them in anyway. They go in. Yeah, we're good. Alright. She's good. Cool thing is, this thing will actually boot into Linux and just sit there and run forever without overheating with just this heatsink on it. My nut rounder here, adjusted properly. There we go. Alright. Now let's see what we can break. See if I can flood the crap out of this motherboard and this CPU and ruin everything with a big old leak. We're going to do this sort of temporary like. Alright, the O-ring needs to go lower. Keep cranking on her. I probably ought to put fans on here too, blowing inward so it cools the heat, or the CPU power section. Well, this is a pain. Should have brought my deep wells in here. Yeah. Joink. Come on. There we go. Sort of. Come on. Probably should have attached that before I put the damn thing on the hickamajig. So instead of these threads sealing, these ones have got an O-ring that seals, allegedly. I don't have a reservoir. I've got one radiator. All the other frickin' the two radiators I had, the 120 millimeter, whatever the hell they are, they went bad just sitting there. Like, that's stupid. So I've got one radiator left that didn't go bad just sitting there. That's this one. It's a, I forget how many Sovietsky meter skis it is, but it works. It doesn't leak. I put 2 or 3 psi into it and it stayed put, so that's good. That. And yet. Alright. I got it overclocked a little bit too. I think Williams weren't looking. I jumped it up to 105 megahertz instead of 100 on the base clock, so it bumped it up just a hair and it ran just fine. Oops. Gouge her up, why don't we? Unless that's done. Yeah. Come on. Are we into the O-ring yet? I don't think so. You know what? Screw that. I'll take this off. Oh, duh. Turn the screws, not the damn fittings. Alright, these springs are going to go to the friggin' moon, I tell you. Like, I don't do this regularly, and I've looked up as much information as I care to about water cooling PCs, and I see a bunch of irritating stuff, and well, you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way, or you gotta use expensive stuff. Well, nah, screw that, you know. I'm doing it cheap, and I'm not out really much of anything if it breaks, because this stuff was in the dumpster to begin with. Actually, this whole case and everything here was in the dumpster, or headed for it. The only thing that's new, oh no, this power supply, well, yeah, it was replaced before it went to the dumpster, so that's good. It still counts as decent. Alright, well, I want this thing, oh, whoa, look at that. See how well the junk spread out on there? It did pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to get this stuff all over me again. Let's do this. Oh, I guess it is sitting on the O-ring just barely. Let's sit her on the O-ring a little barelier. Yeah, you get that squeak. Let's give her one more tooch. There. That ought to seal. Not quite straight. Hold on. Yeah, I'm marring up the threads. That's good. These PC builder guys are having a cow right now. But you can't mar the threads. The RGB LEDs won't look good against it. Ew, squeaky. Neat. Well, that was easier. I shouldn't have said the E word. That just screwed me, but less difficult. How about that? Oh, that screwed down even farther. Let me do another crank. Whoop. That'll break. Uh-oh. It's stuck. Alright, so let's crank this one down another quarter turnish, if it will. Another little bit. Look at these things. Yeah, the plastic is so soft. There we go. Alright. That ought to do it. And they're almost sort of straight with each other too, so that's good. Which way did I have this on here before that? Let's put it on that way. Oops, you know what? I'm going to redistribute the shmoo on here. Just give her a little bit toward the middle so it's not entirely ruined. Yeah, close enough. I'm going to get it all over the damn place. PC guys are cringing again. Okay, good enough. Now, did I make sure that these are 5/16 before I put everything together? Of course not. So here's like 10 feet of nasty used 5/16. God knows what was running through this hose. And I'm going to try to stick this on here. So, oh, yep, it'll stick on. Cool. Alright. Oh, that was just on the floor. That's why it's dirty. It's dirty on the outside. The inside, I think, had clean water because I was using it to pump water into my fish tank. Alright, jam that on there. See if we can bust the CPU in. That'll work. Now, where do we want to run the spigot to? I think we want to run it out back. Oh, shoot. Hold on, I gotta do something here. Let's take this little plate out of here. I think it'll come out. Yeah, it'll come out. Cool. Whoops. I guess it's a big plate. Alright. Let's take this big plate out of here then. This is kind of weird looking at this junky old case with a, like, well, not brand new, it's like 2015 new, but it's a fairly new backplate on it. The ATX backplate. We'll throw these in the screw pile, never to be seen again. Alright, now we got a hole for the heckamajig to come out. And to go back in. Thanks. Oh, where am I getting? Oh, the water's next door, that's right. I'm in the other lab. Laboratory. Okay. I think I can steal one of these bolts and use it to hitch up the radiator. So we pump the high side or the low side? I don't care. Oh, you know what? Nope, that's not. It could probably go like that. That would be kind of not entirely. Whoa, shit! Whoops! There's water in that. Hold on. I don't think I got the board. If I did get the board, it'll have to dry out. Blue shop rags. They're blue, they're rags, and they're in the shop. They don't pay me for that, I just do it anyway. Because I like to use blue shop rags. They're blue, they're in the shop, and they're rags. Oh, it's only like one drop on the board, that's good. Just one drop I can see. It looks like most of it went on the floor in my shoe. Nice. Okay, good. Alright, that's teamwork, or whatever. Alright, note to self. Don't do that. Huh. Oh, we'll just leave it lay out back for a little bit. It's got a fan on it, it'll be alright. Okay, so let's say we're going to do like about yay long. Make it a little longer than we need just because. Harbor Freight cutter out. These are nice. I always buy like 20 of these every time I go through the checkout. Okay. See what else I can use to dump water on this motherboard. This in here. Yeah, you can tell this was used because the hickeys are kind of corroded. But they still hold water, so that's water like out the toilet. Alright, we'll just let this hang here for now. Yeah, whatever. Alright, got a pump. Here's a pump. These are good little pumps. They're like Amazon $6 specials. I think they're $7 now that the money's not worth anything anymore. 12 volts, 300 milliamps, 240 light rays per hour, whatever the hell a light ray is. That sounds like some kind of Canadian thing. 240 10 bits per hour, or whatever the hell it is. Linus will probably know. Anyways, these flow enough. I found out that they can run a little hydroponic setup, and they can also run water cooling on a fairly advanced, well, not advanced, but on a fairly highly overclocked server. I've got a, oh, what is that, a Q9400, I think, next door. It's like a 775 socket. Ancient to you folks, but not so ancient to me. I don't know what the hell I clocked that thing to, but it's like up to the friggin' moon. I was running my Minecraft server on it, and it just sits there. It's been going for probably 5 years now. That thing just gets beat. Alright, let's see. Let's run this to the reservoir, so let's make this a little bit longer one too. About yay long. Give her a chop. Make sure to cut your fingers too, because your doctor needs to put their kids through college too. Alright, we'll make that come out of there into the reservoir, which is going to be a Gatorade bottle, which I have yet to provide. And then out of the reservoir into the pump. Yeah, cut this again. I'm going to run out of tubing here. Make her a little extra long. I mean, this is like the display model here. That's not really going to be the... Well, it may work. I don't know. If I don't take this to the house, overclock the crap out of it, just run it. Assuming, of course, I get this motherboard to work correctly the way I want it to. Alright, so this here goes into the reservoir, and out of the reservoir into the pump. This side of the pump is the intake, and that side of the pump is the outgoer. Alright, so this reservoir to pump, pump to CPU. So we need another little chunk, about yay big. Probably need it a little shorter than that, but we'll cut it if we need to. Alright, the nice thing about actually having a reservoir is I don't have to dick around. My other machine like this, water-cooled machine, doesn't have a reservoir. You got to dick around to get it to prime, and then if the parts ever outgas, which they do, it gets air bubbles in the damn thing, which is a pain in the ass. Because then you have to. Usually, what I do is I take the pump, I stick the pump in a dish of water, and take the hose off and let all the air bubbles come out, and I stick the hose back on, and then you got your system primed again with no air in it. Dish. Oh, shove this in the hole. There we go. Alright. So now, we pump out of the reservoir into the CPU, out of the CPU into the radiator, out of the radiator into the reservoir. Okay, good. Now we go get a Gatorade bottle. Oh, here's the better one. Pure Leaf Tea. The lemon one's cool, 20% better. I'm going to go get some deadly dihydrogen monoxide. Actually, first I'm going to go over to the drill and poke a couple of holes in this and plug in the glue gun. Yins can follow along if you want. Alright, here we are at the drill. Would you zoom out already? Now screw it. Stay zoomed in, see what happens. Alright, so we got this here tea bottle here. I'm gonna. Oh, I need one of them chunks of 5/16 hose. freshly cut. Let's see about what size we need this to be for it to fit in fairly tightly. Alright, one crappy drill bit sharpener going out. I mean, it did sort of sharpen the drill bit-ish. Sharpen-ish. Technically it sharpened it, sort of. It sharpened it enough to not be completely fraudulent in calling it sharpening. I guess it worked. Worked well enough I could drill a hole with a couple of holes with that allegedly sharpened drill bit. That was like the cheapest sharpener I could find, and I don't know why I didn't just buy a little bit better one, but whatever. Alright, stick my step bit in there. You're not my real bit. Oh, alright. Let's let this down just a hair. Leave it down, not let it down. There we go. Okay, now I'll drill from this side so you can see what we're doing. Alright, firing a hole. Actually, a hole in the hole, I guess. Yeah. That's too small of a hole. Make a larger hole. Alright. Next size. How are you? I want it to just barely fit in, and then we'll glue it. Whoops. That was the old one I had to cut off with the old piece, so I probably ought to. Well, we'll just use the other side. That'll work. Oh, yep, cool. Goes right in. Alright, so however big that is, let's make the other one that big too. Doesn't have to seal real good. All it's got to do is just hold the hose. Whoops, cracked it. Nice. Oh, we're all the way down. We're out of travel on the spindle here. Yeah. There's roasting. Alright, next size up. Yep, one more size. Whoop! Shit, I drilled the wrong. That's too big now. Well, I guess it'll work okay. We'll just, hot snot around it. That's what I was going to do anyway. Alright, let's go back to the PC build spot. Alright, we're back. I got some deadly dihydrogen monoxide. Water like out the toilet. And got my heckamajig stuck on here. I'm going to hot glue them in there just so they stick. At least I think we are. Alright, the hot snot machine, and it's going to take an hour for it to warm up. So while that's warming up, stick it over here, and let's see. Well, that's right in the way of the thing I need to get to. There we go. So hopefully this VGA cable will hold it on the table if I accidentally rip it off here. Whoops, that is DVI. That is not VGA. Do we have a DVI here? We did. Suddenly again we don't. Why not? Alright. That'd be good to dump off right on my keyboard. Beautiful. We'll use a display port. That might sort of work-ish. We'll do work-like things. Potentially. Alright, we need a power cord. Which is one of these. Shove this in the hole. There we go. It's in the hole. Alright. Well, I guess let's see if it powers up still. So we gotta turn the switch on first. There she goes. Alright. Yeah, still tries to power up. Let's see if it comes up on the screen. We don't have a pump yet. I don't want to really beat on it too much. It's posting now. 62. Or B2. That might be B2. 99. There we go. 78. That sounds about right. Is that 6.2 or B2? I don't know. But whatever it is, it seems to be not liking things. D7. What's that? What's D7 mean? No monitor. Maybe it's on the wrong hickey. Huh. Uh-oh. Maybe it's brokered. Hit the reset. B2. D7. Did I accidentally knock the RAM out of the socket? Let's try it. Reseat. Unless that board got wetter than I thought it did, in which case it's screwed. But it wasn't any good anyway, so whatever. Alright, the VJO card is in. Turn it on. Turn it on. Three 2, 3 5, 3 7, 4 0, 3 5, 4 F, 7 8, 7 9, B2. Huh. I wonder if this is that one whacked out video card that doesn't like my DVI adapter. Oh, they're not DVI adapter, the DisplayPort adapter. Wait, well, it did something. D7. What are you doing, machine? Alright, let's test this theory. See if this is that whacked out video card that doesn't like my DisplayPort adapter. We'll go into it with DVI and see what happens to VGA. There. Aha! I got you, you little sucker. That's why. I didn't like my adapter. Okay, we're good. Let's shut this off again. And let's find some juice for the pump. Kind of got an awkward adapter here, but it'll, well, you know what? Yeah, I still need to adapt the fan. Well, we'll burn that bridge when we get there. I built this adapter, but it's the wrong, it's backwards. The pump's got this thing too. So we're going to take this out of here. Put a male plug on the end of it instead of a female. And then at least it'll run the pump. And I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem just sitting there running like that with no fan, because I think it's got enough cooling. I mean, the thing sits there forever and runs just with nothing, with no with only that heatsink on there with no water in it. So what the heck? Well, we'll find out. You know what I need to do? I'm going to do one where I take a car radiator like Linus and the Tech Tips and the gang, and I'm going to successfully use it without leaking every which way to put to be a CPU cooler. Although I'm guessing that they probably made that giant mess of a leak just to get views. Well, whatever. I'll do it right, and then people will never watch it because there's no theatrics going on. That'll be fine. Then I don't have to worry about swearing so much. Haha. My kid called me a horsefucker because of you. Yeah, too bad. It says right on there, not for children. Alright, where did that go? There it is. Okay, we need this here. That got to go to the positive side. It's about the right length too. Nice. Screw the screw. Alright, I Advilled at 2 o'clock this morning. It is coming up on 6 pretty soon here. Which means it's been 4 hours, which means it's going to be needing another one here. Alright, so we plug this heckamajig, assuming they still make these connectors on, I mean the standard connector. Oh yeah, there's one. I'm glad they still make these. Jeez, that would have sucked. You'll make some stupid adapter or something. Okay, so this goes into here. Gets me 12 volts for my pump. You know, I should build a computer just that runs a hydroponic system that actually powers the hydroponic pump. It doesn't take that much juice. Alright, we're going to route this out the back sort of haphazardly, as usual. We're going to shove this onto there, and then we're going to attempt to see if we can get this pump to prime. And if it starts leaking in there, I'm going to shut it off real quick. Are we? It's a brand new pump, it should be running. Oh, there we go. Yuck. Alright. It's trying to run. Clean this hose off as well as I can, draw a little bit of a vacuum through it. Oh geez. Stop. Okay, let's turn this off. Ugh, yuck. Alright, since the camera decided it was going to turn off, I think we missed the gross part, and I kind of drew a vacuum on that line to try to get the water flowing into the pump to prime it, and it worked. It tasted disgusting, but it did work, and it is now pumping. So it's taking the remainder of the water out of the radiator. Thusly, it pumps a little bit of it back through, but it's getting most of it out. Ew, yuck, that water turned to crap already. Okay, well, the good news is I don't see any leaks. Don't see any leaks here either, which is nice. Now I built a water purifier, and it uses three thermoelectric devices. It's got a water block on each side for well, no, it used 6 of them, that's right. It had a water block on each side for cooling, and then one water block for heat, the hot side that went to these radiators, and then a water block in the middle that's the cold side that goes to the condenser in my water purifier, or in this case it would go to the CPU. I might hook that up. I think I might have burned it up though. That might be why my radiators leak too. Actually, the radiator leak might have been why that burns up. I'm not sure why. Alright, delete to run setup. I think this thing needs a new CMOS battery. Alright, you know what? Is this going to be a Linux box or a Windows box? I think it's going to be... Oh, it's a Linux box because it already is. It's already set up to be one. Alright, keyboard and mouse, get in there. Oh, neat. It shows you the post code B4 on the post lights down there. It also shows it to you on the screen down in the corner. But you can't see because you're too far away. There. Right there. Okay, cool. So she's running. That's good. Let's see what the temperature is. Yeah, let's see. 8 gigawatts of RAM. And 105 megahertz, oh no, 100 megahertz right now. I guess the overclocking kind of went away when the CMOS battery. Alright, 28 degrees Soviet. 32.5 degrees Soviet. So what's that in freedom units? I don't know. 32.5. How do you get freedom units on this thing? Fantastic tuning. Well, there isn't any fans plugged into that motherboard. It doesn't matter. And the fan that's up front of here actually threw its rotor off because it was in the TOC and I was oiling it, and then the bearing just flew apart. Maybe it won't give you real temperatures. It only gives you that Soviet stuff. Huh. That's annoying. Yeah, the jug ain't warming up at all. Maybe I'll just leave it on that for now. Probably enough convection going through here to cool her off anyway. Yeah, it's not even warm. Neat. Let's see how long it takes to blow up. Dehumidifier function. What the hell? The computer will power on automatically to dehumidify the system after entering it. What the hell? Screwball stuff here. Damn hippies. Alright. OC tweaker. There we go. Multi-core enhancement. Enable CPU ratio. Auto. Declock frequency. 5. I think that's what I had it at before. Declock step. Oh. Alright, let's save it and reboot it, see what happens. Oh, whilst it's saving and rebooting, I'm going to go fetch me a... First of all, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to go fetch me a brand new CMOS battery. Hopefully this one's better than the last one. Now, I think the reason they threw this motherboard away was because somebody flashed the BIOS on it. I think I told you this, but ooh, it's trying to boot. Yes, awesome. So anyway, somebody tried to flash the BIOS on it, and when they flashed the BIOS, it turned it into a brick. Of course, I was able to flash an older version of the BIOS back onto there using my EEPROM burner. It's a serial ROM, like an 8-pin chip. It's the size of a 555 timer, and it's got 2 of them. So allegedly you're able to switch BIOSes if you burn one up. Oh, cool. Login screen, right on. Or if you brick it, you can switch BIOSes with this jumper. You should be able to flash one from the other working one, but it's never worked for me. So I just flashed these on the EEPROM burner, and that, as they say, shall be that. Alright, gonna get me in. Well, let's check this one first and see if it's any good. If it's not any good, we're going to pitch it. Actually, we're going to stick it on my battery burn box pile. And we're going to thermite a whole bunch of batteries here one of these days. I was going to do it on New Year's Eve, but I got sick. Stupid corona crap and the flu at the same time. Thank you, guy who came to work sick. Oh wow, that CMOS battery is the deadest CMOS battery I have ever seen. 30 millivolts. That is not enough to fire this thing. Okay, good. So that is actually a problem. Let me get my giant box of CMOS batteries out here. Giant box of terrible cheap CMOS batteries, but they are working. Okay, put this on the burn pile. Okay, note to self. Don't piss in that jug because that jug is connected to the CPU. Alright, this one should report back a little more juice. Oh, that's good. What do we got on here? 3.31 volts. That will be a totally different animal there. Okay, cool. So hopefully, when I jam this here CMOS battery in, it shall proceed to not lose the CMOS settings next time. Alright, cool. So the only thing I can really feel any heat coming out of is the video card. What's this doing? These are doing a little bit. Oh, neat. You can see the water kind of perking in there. Cool. I wonder if I should put some kind of treatment in there. Probably need some, like, I don't know. They sell radiator treatment for computers. I put dish soap in my other one. It seemed to work pretty good, and it makes the bubbles a lot finer, so the pump can pump them if it has to. It doesn't get a whole slug of air. All right, let's get in here and see what we got. All right, so what do we got? CPU temperature looks like it is 21C, 29C, 2022. So whatever that is. 29 must be the core that everything's running on. Let's move Ewan's over here a bit. That's my CNC controller there. That's a Dell. Dude, you got a Dell. Yeah, that's actually from the dude, you got a Dell era. That kind of dates it. It is that is an Optiplex 320. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. What can I do that takes a lot of CPU? Oh, I forgot to hot glue my whatchamacallits. Yeah, you know what, forget that. We'll leave them unglued for right now. We might want to work on them later. Hope that's the glue gun I just unplugged. Yep, we're good. Alright. What shall we do? What kind of crappy hard drive I got in here? Oh, 250 gig, alright. CPU info. Oh, it's got 4 cores. 6999, that's fairly quick. Oh, you know what? Let's overclock. 3.5 gigahertz. I think 6600K. There we go. 3.5 gigawatts. What if I should shut this off and then turn it back on and see if it retains the settings? That might be wise because I don't remember if I switched the CMOS clear jumper off or not. All right, single channel memory mode. Yeah, well, we'll get better when we get more RAM for it. 8 gigs. So if I put 4 8-gig sticks in it, that's going to make it 32, which is plenty. Oh, tweaker. Here we go. Oh, it didn't do the thing. What the crap? Or did? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. Well, 110. See what we get. Let's reset range. Well, get details via QR code. Yeah, well, just tell me what it is, dude. Just put it in the damn description, you jerks. Well, of course, this is what, version 1.0 or 1.5 or something of the BIOS. So, yeah. Oh, hey, cool. It shows you target CPU speed. 3850. Neat. What about? Oops. Huh. We'll just let her be for right now. See if it'll run. Boot, 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 boot. It doesn't matter how hot this thing gets because it's got a damn giant water jug cooling it. Actually, it's not really going to get hot because it's not doing anything hardly. See if she boots. Well, I got a green light on the... Oh, yep, yes, cool, kick ass. Alright, so it should show me more juices when we're booted up here. I was using this for my data recovery machine, which worked pretty good, but then I took the motherboard out of it. Oh, you saw the motherboard already. You watched me take it out. Neat. Alright. By the way, that's Captain Half-Ass to you. You know what I could do? I've got 2 1/4-inch pipe to... Uh-oh. I've got 2 1/4-inch pipe to 5/16 hose barb adapters. Maybe I can build a real reservoir for it. Well, obviously it's not overheating. The pump's still running. And I can't Control-Alt-Delete it, can I? I'm going to have to actually reset. You know what? Let's shut this all the way off. I'm going to wait a few seconds. I mash the power button a couple times just so it tries to turn on if it has any juice left in it.
Mash on her there.
Okay, mashing
complete.
Turn it back on.
Mash button. Got her mashed.
I guess it doesn't like 110 megahertz. It must only like 105. That loud fan you hear is the video card. If you don't like that and you want me to call it a graphics card, then I will call it a VGA card then. How do you like that? How do you like me now? You know what? I'm going to put a damn Hercules monochrome card in this thing somehow or other just to irritate people. Linux knows how to use that. At least the older versions do. There's somehow, I remember I used to use a dual monitor on my 386. I had a Hercules monochrome card in it with the CGA emulation turned off. 109. And I had a VGA card. It was a Trident, I think, or VGA card. And somehow X or Linux or something knew how to... I think I was using the Hercules for text mode and the VGA card for graphics mode. It was doing it both at the same time. Uh-oh. My pump didn't start back up. What the hell? Why did my pump not start back up? Well, shoot. Maybe that's why it's not working right, because the pump screwed up. Well, now it's not even warm. Huh. Alright, let's reset it and try to bump it down on whatchamacallit again. I don't know how far I want to go on this video. How deep into the rabbit hole we want to get, but I mean, she's running now. Alright, let's clock it back down to 105. See if it boots that way. If it doesn't, maybe there's something else wrong. Well, besides the fact that the damn pump's not running again. Alright, I'm going to blow on this thing again. Huh. Hardware error. I wonder what the... Oh, it's still running. Nope. Yep, it did run. Huh. Alright. I'm logging in as root. How about that? Alright, so it thinks the CPU is at like 38 Soviet, whatever that is. Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can get freedom units here. -F for freedom. Yeah. Alright, so that's not very hot. Even without the pump running, it's still cold. I like that. So why? Oh, I see. The damn ground came loose. The ground came out of the friggin' plug. Well, let's put the ground back in the friggin' plug. This plug is a piece of junk. There we go. There it goes. Plop. Cool. Okay, we got our coolant back. I'm going to leave that spigot end up out of the water so we can hear it. There, it just dropped 20 degrees instantly. 30 degrees almost. 30 real degrees, not those fake degrees, whatever that. Alright, so I got the pump to come back on. Basically I had to mash the contact back into the socket there. And she came right back on. And it instantly dropped 30 degrees. Which is pretty damn cool, which tells me that it is working. Well, as opposed to it just being sitting there not running at all. But you'd think it would do even a little bit of cooling by convection. Yeah, I was going to have the jig out of the water here a little bit. I think I'll put it back down in, just so I can see it. Need to have some kind of like flow meter or something on there so I can see the water chooching through there. See if she's skookum as frig or not. Well, let's see how cool we are now. That's good, like 70 degrees. That's room temperature-ish. Ew. There's bits and pieces of crud floating around in there. Huh. Whatever. Let her float. I need to put a water cooling system on my Xeon too. The big ugly monster Xeon I run at the house. Well, and the one that runs here and the other one too. Well, the Dell one can't because it's got fans, but whatever. So, what can we do to beat the crap out of this CPU? You know what? I'm going to go look for a CPU torture test. I'm going to be back. Alright. Found the command. I installed it on Debian. It's called stress. Why won't it help? No. Okay, so we want to run C4 L4 M4. Verbose. L4 M4. I think. I don't know. It's each CPU is going to be doing a thing. I guess. Will it? Dash L. Oh, dash I. Duh. This old monitor's no good, and my glasses are also no good. Probably also my eyes. Sensors. Oops, no, not sensors. Q, just sensors. Whoops. Dash F for real temperatures. Top's 109. Alright, that ain't too bad. Let's go top. Sort my CPU, which is Shift P. That's a lot of stress. It's like me at work. Neat. Well, there's no air moving in this case at all. Let's see how bad this. Yeah, see, well, it's pushing a little bit of air out of the power supply onto the CPU regulator heat sinks. CPU power supply, I guess you could call it. It is its own little miniature power supply. Chipset's not hot, CPU's not excessively hot. I wish there was a thing like top that would let you continuously watch the temperatures in console mode. Wow. Jeez. Huh. I can feel the water just getting barely a tiny bit warmer. The radiator's still cold. Well, the one side of the radiator's warm. That's kind of weird because the radiator isn't even doing anything. It's like, well, it's the fan's not on in the radiator. It's just convective cooling is cooling this thing. This is nuts. Well, and the thermal mass of the water is probably absorbing quite a bit of it. Water does absorb quite a bit of thermal energy, I should say, temperature. It absorbs degrees real good. Oh yeah, she's cooking. That's good. 111 degrees. That's not bad. This thing is just banging. It's probably gonna blow the power supply up. That power supply's not too hot either. That's good. I wish I had something to abuse this video card while I'm doing this too. Alright, so this is going to be, I guess it won't overclock as much as I thought it would. But I'm going to try using this. I'm going to load X on this with just an RDP server and try to use this as my Shotcut encoder machine. Although I think those dual socket Xeons are probably going to do better than 5460s. I'm going to try this thing, give it a shot. For the shorter videos and for the shorter encodes and stuff, it ought to be good. Oh wow, load average is 15.36. Good. That's awesome. This thing is getting beat. It's just like, give me more. Yep, radiator's just barely cool or barely warm. Cool. Alright. Let's yeah, guess we'll let it run for a little while. I want to work on it overclocking a little bit too. Alright, camera's got juice. Let us do the thing with the juice. Now, this thing's been sitting here running for about half an hour. And this radiator barely feels warm. The jug feels even less warm. And see what kind of temperatures we got here. Boink. Oh, it made it to 120 degrees. Let's see what that is in Soviet. 49. Huh. That's not too bad for what it is. Alright, let's shut down Hickey-Majig. Watch how fast it drops. Of course, it's not going to drop as fast because I don't even have the fan running on the radiator. It's just like sitting there convecting. Uh-oh. Oh, there's air trapped in the radiator, that's why. It was I picked the radiator up and a bunch of air come into the lines. But it's still 120. Huh, that's weird. It'll probably take a little bit to drop. Or we could turn on the fan. Of course, I cut the wires and not know which one's go to where. We'll just leave her off for now. How we doing? 160. Yeah, it's dropping. Cool. It's cooling itself by convection. There's only one moving part in the whole thing. That's the pump. All right, let's see if we can beat the heck out of this thing. Give her a little bit of overclock here. They say you got to put the voltage up. You can safely run like 1.4 volts. I don't know what it's at now, but it's likely. Alright, Let's go to 110. So 3850. The people have got these up to 4.7 gigahertz. Amplitude. Blah, 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 blah. F-clock. What the hell is that? I don't know. Speed step. Turbo boost. Oh, we need to make sure hyper-threading and all recorded, whatever that is. Blah, 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 blah. Virtualization. And I don't think you can turn on or off hyper-threading on this thing. Now, well, virtualization I like to be on, because I use that. Oh, wait, hold on. Voltage configuration, there we go. Oh, CPU V-core. Fixed mode, fixed voltage. Why don't you tell me what it is now? Nerds? Oh, wait. Yeah, you will tell me what it is now. Hardware monitor. Okay, CPU V-core. Oh, wow, that's low. Yeah, 1.04. Okay. Well, let's go with 1.1. And then 110 megahertz. Let's see if she'll do. Uh-oh. I got a postcode 35, and that's all it's saying. I think she locked up. Poop. Good. Pump's still running. Postcode 35. Nope, I don't think she liked that. Hope we didn't just blow it up. Bet you I'm going to have to clear the damn CMOS now. Well, that's a pain in the ass. I don't know where the clear jumper is on this. Is that a button? No, that's a transformer core. Shoot. Well, that eats poo. And this motherboard's just a turd. Or the CPU. It tries. Oh, here we go. 32, 19, 32, 35. Oh, here. 35. Nope. No good. It gets to postcode 35 and then it takes it out. Alright, let's see if we can reset it. Maybe it'll think that it'll know that it's broken. Oh, I found the clear CMOS jumper. It's right next to the BIOS select. It seems like anytime I screw with this thing, it just automatically dies. I'm going to change CPUs. Maybe somebody beat the crap. If they were flashing the BIOS, maybe they beat up the CPU and it destroyed it. Maybe they overclocked it and it just burned out. By overclocked it, I mean I overclocked it at way too high a voltage for way too long. Alright, we got past 35. Let's see what you do. B2. That is initialized, isn't it? Gotcha, you sucker. Uh-oh. B2, there we go. Alright, come on, give me the screen. Yep. Delete. Alright. So. Clock frequency. Go back to 105. From what I saw, it didn't seem like it liked the voltage changing. I don't really care about load line calibration. Let's go with, what are you again? 1.040. Well, I should be able to make this thing go to 1.1 volts. RAM voltage 1.2. Offset voltage, let's give it 20 millivolts and see what happens. Oops. Auto. Alright, let's just go with that. See what we get. Maybe there's a problem with the voltage regulators on this motherboard. That might be why I hear that weird noise too. Or that weird noise might just be the heat pipes. Alright, let's go 30. Screw it, let's go 50. You're supposed to be able to beat the pants off these things. Yeah, it worked, see? So I put it at 1.1 manually, it didn't work, but it worked. 50 millivolts up, it did work. Well, maybe that's just a BIOS problem, or maybe there's something else going on. Okay, CPU configuration 105. Let's go 106. No, 111. 106. .71 gig. Okay, got past 35. B2, there she is. Let's see how high we can get this thing. Oh, 4.13 gig, I guess, is the turbo speed, or whatever you want to call it. CPU config. Alright, let's go 107. So we're up 50 millivolts from base. So it should be about 1.1 volts, or 1.09. B2, there it is. Let's let it load into Linux and see what happens. See if she blows up. Oh wait, actually first of all let me... that might have not been soon enough. What's our hardware monitor say? CPU temperature, 43.5 C. That's fair. Yeah, it tries. Let's see if it finishes. I need to get this fan some juice. How do we juice the fan? Oh, you know what? I'm going to cut the power cable off of the old fan for this thing and use it for the new one, because the old fan's junk. Wow, that's neat. The whole damn... Ooh, it came up. Kick ass. So Linux is on. Anyways, How do I get this old fan out? Oh, it's got screws, comma 2. And still, yep, we're on. 2 screws. The old chassis fan I'm taking out because it broke. I'll show you what we did in a minute. Oh, you kids will love this. How the hell did they get this in here? The hole's too small to... Well, we'll just cut it off. That's what the lady said. Oh shit, no. Chop, chop, chop! Yeah. Little nose pliers are harbajes, as they say in Espanol. Nice long wires too, good. Okay, so here's part of the fan. Now here's where I was oiling the bearings, and it worked really good for a while. I just every so often I'd throw some 10W30 in there, and she'd just keep on cooking. Keep on moving, don't stop. There we go. So it's got a plug. Oh crap! Uh-oh. I knew I was going to do that sooner or later. Oh no, I broke my thingy. Yes, that was the jug hitting the floor, as you might have... Oops. Now my jug has a dent in it. Well, maybe that'll make it less likely to hit the floor in the future. Okay. Anyways, this hickamajig here is part of the old fan, and it's got another thing. That's how they got it through the hole. They just used a smaller connector on one side. I should load Windows 2000 on this machine. It's got a Windows 2000 license stuck to it. I'd have an actual legitimate copy of 2000. That'd be kind of cool. I wonder if it would even support this. And now I dropped my stupid cutters too. Alright. How the hell did you damn kids get this through? Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's the adapter that they used to stick it through the little tiny hole in there. And here, if I'm not mistaken, is the other half of the damn fan. Whoops. Oh, you can see where the bearing burned off in the back of it. It just wore completely through. Oh well. I should fix it. Bet you I could. I will. I'm going to fix that fan. Just to be screwy. Alright. In the meantime, let's plug this into this. And I cut them extra long wires off there so it doesn't short on anything expensive. And we'll shove this through here. And we'll stick this in the here. And we'll have a fan running. Ouch. Okay. Pause for a minute. Alright, we're running sensors again. It seems to have come up in a different order this time. Oops. Dash freedom units. Okay, so like the peak temperature shown here is 102.2 degrees. I can feel the little tiny bit of warm air coming out of this. Whoops. That's 102 degrees that I forgot the pump's not running yet. Because I dropped the whole damn thing on the floor. Oops. Alright, I'm going to have to draw a vacuum on this stupid thing again. Which I hate doing, because it tastes disgusting. Yak. Alright, I'll blow through it and get rid of all the water first, and then draw a vacuum, see if we can pull any water through. Pump's not running now. Shit. Alright. Oh, it's unplugged. That's why. Duh. Here. Sucking on this nasty water and the frickin' pump ain't working. It ain't plugged in. There we go. Duh. Yuck. Trying to siphon this nasty ass water out of here and the damn pump ain't running. There we go. Alright, she's back on. Now, we should have some cooling effect. Oh yeah, it pretty much immediately dropped 20 degrees. Now I got a little bit of warm air coming out. Oops. Yeah, knock it over again, why don't you? I gotta get this thing set up on a half-assed decent thing. I got a little bit of warm air coming out of the radiator now too. So it should be dropping some more. Yeah, that's good. Alright, well, C4. Let's beat her up a little bit. I'm going to whack this thing up as far as I can get it. And then maybe back off just a hair. Well, we'll back off a little bit once we find the limits. If I really want to, I can put a thermoelectric cooling system on here. I'm thinking like maybe a 6-element thermoelectric setup that's got a 360 millimeter radiator. That's 3 times 120. I've got 2 of those right now, but neither one of them are any good. But one of them's got a crack in the housing where the hose barb threads into it. So I can probably weld that. I think it's aluminum. We'll give it a shot. See how the temp looks now. Oops, hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. That's at full load. Alright, let's give her a shooch here. So we can crank her up some more megahertzes. This is farther than I've ever gotten with this machine before, because every time I tried to do anything to it before, it was just crap. And now, alright, voltage. Let's give her 60 millivolts, and let's give her 108. No, not 1008. It probably won't like that. 108. Give her a shot. See if we get past postcode 35. If we do, we did. First time. Now second. Oh, there she goes. All right, cool. Let's see if we can reach 110 on this thing now. Whoops. Oh. Tried to boot Linux. Ah, thanks. Alright, let's see if we can get 110. We'll go to 109 first. If we can hit 109, I bet you we can hit 110. If we can hit 110, I bet you we can hit 4.7 gig. 4.212, I guess that's the turbo speed. Oh, niner. Save and exit. Get it, get it. Oh, she's getting it. Alright, let's go to 110. So now that we've got the water cooling system properly functional, it'll cool. I think there's an automatic setup, automatic overclocker thing for this. Oh, it's doing it, I think. B2, there we go. Well, how high can you go? Can we make 111? Whoops. We might. There's supposed to be some like automatic overclocking thing for this or something, but I don't know that it would actually. I think the last time I tried it, it didn't work. That was probably not the best of setups we had. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, them there line axes boot up. Huh, saw something weird going on there. Yeah, weird something or other, but it did load. Alright, well, let's keep going. Don't stop, get it, get it. Get them line axes running there. And one, whoop, two. They say like 1.43 volts or something, it'll clock up to 4.7 gig. At least that's one person's experience. A couple of people, really. I don't know if they're talking turbo or just that speed or that speed, but whatever it is. Let's keep going. Let's give her a little bit more juice. 70 millivolts. Just a hair. Made it past 35. Ding. See what kind of a beating this thing will take. Voltage regulators aren't getting hot, they're getting warm. But this power supply fan seems to be enough to take care of that. B2, right on. Let's go to 115 and then boot into them line axes and see what we get. Boot up them there line axes. Alright, 4 gig. Well, if it'll hold it, that'll definitely be better to run Shotcut. Alright, 115 if she's booting. It looked like it got some weird stuff on the screen last boot, but that might be normal. Let's find out. Oh, nope. Alright, I think we gotta bump the voltage some more. It might not be able to hold it. Offset voltage. Let's go 80 millivolts. Boot them there line axes. It tries. Let's see if it makes it in. Or else it gets the hose again. Oh, literally. Don't stop, get it, get it. I don't think it's getting it, I think it stopped. I think we broke it. I think we broke it, yep. Okay. Well, it seemed to do slightly better than it did last time, but not quite. Let's give her a reset. Bonk. Let's go up another 10 millivolts. Actually, screw, let's go up 20 millivolts. We're getting into the region where they were getting cranking on the voltage. So let's go 100 millivolts total. And then see if she'll boot. I wonder if the RAM's got anything to do with this too, because I thought the RAM was supposed to be at the same frequency, but maybe the memory frequency changed with the CPU. At which point I'll have to fiddle around with the RAM too. See if that'll take anything. Nope. Or did it? Hold on. It said error. It didn't say it blew up. Alright. So, we caught an error, but it still tried to boot. It's still trying to boot. So it's the same little glitch in the video as last time. And I think we might have... Oh, there it is. Alright. Well. Alright, let's bump it up another 20 millivolts. See if those errors go away. That would be kind of neat. Allegedly 3.5 gig, 4.025 gigs. Nice. Oh, we don't want to bump the speed up, we want to bump the voltage up now. Oops. Bump her up to 110. Eh. 25. So it should be at 1.165 volts, I think now, which is still nowhere near the overclockers, what they get. We'll just keep banging on it until it quits. Whoop, there we go. Look at that. No errors. Alright, video mode change. I don't know what this junk is here, but it booted. Alright. Let's bump the clock and the voltage up some more. I wonder what the maximum safe voltage is on this CPU. Obviously, people have taken them up to 1.4. 116, let's go that way. Wish I could overclock these dual socket Xeons this way. That'd be awesome. We're gonna chooch. Alright. Let's go to 117. Screw it. Keep banging on it. Alright, she's gonna do it. B2, there we go. We're in. See if we can get her up to 120. Let me try firing up Linux again, see what she does. Good old Debian. $118. Boink. 32, 35, 45, 40, 55. 55. Uh-oh. I think we found another limitation. So that was 118 at plus 125 millivolts. Reset. Reset is not resetting. Pump's running. It is actually pumping water. That's good. Okay, reset. Is not resetting us. Power did power us, but reset did not reset us. Some of these things have got an automatic recovery mode where if it does something stupid while it's booting up, it fixes itself. But this doesn't seem to do that. Or if it did, it doesn't work now. Oh, here we go. Nope, still crapping. Crapped out at postcode 60 this time. Alright, shut her down, clear CMOS, do it again. Is CMOS RAM still CMOS technology? I mean, that was back in the 1980s they had that. Maybe it's something else now. It's a complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Like what? Do they still use the same tech to build the low power RAM, the battery backed RAM, as they used to? I don't know. Have to Google it. When I'm not in the middle of an overclocking binge. Alright. (118 megahertz, 125 millivolts over voltage. So, come on, give me B2. There we go. Let's go with 150 millivolts. At 118. How do you change this? Oh, it's a menu. Nicky. Alright, 118, and we're going to go for voltage. CPU, offset mode, 150. Screw it, we're just going to go for the damn moon. 32, 35, 40, 55, and crash. No good. Let's try a restart. If that doesn't work, nope. See if I can reset the CMOS with it on. Looks like that is affirmative. Maybe not. Nope. I like this little power button on the motherboard. That's kind of cool. Saves you from reaching around the front of the case or even having to plug that one in. Alright, allegedly this cleared the CMOS. It looks like it's doing it. 78, 79, B2. There we go. We're up. Alright, so 150 millivolts didn't work. Let's try 175 millivolts. Once again, like I said, they were running at like 1.43 volts, so that was kicking her in the ass pretty hard. Offset mode, 150. Did I do that before? I forget. No, 175. There we go. Alright. And enable whatever that is. Big clock frequency has got to be 118. Alright, come on, boot, 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 boot. 55, no good. Got a 55 postcode. I gotta see what that 55 postcode means. That might be something relevant to the overclocking, like RAM failure. Video card failure, something like that. Alright, let's shoot. See what she does. Alright, she's trying. I've turned it off and on a few times and the pump's still running. That's good. I like that. B2, there she is. Alright, let's go up 200 millivolts. Now come on back. B2, there we go. It's got to go in through it like 2 or 3 times before it goes in. Alright. Voltage. Offset mode. 200 millivolts. So that'll be 1.2 volts. At 118. It's like, yeah, I just heard my email go off. I think it's emailing me that doesn't want to do it anymore. It's like, stop! Nope, 55 postcode, didn't want to run. Alright. See if it'll come on and reset. Nope. She don't like it. Oh shoot, I forgot I got Advil, man. My back hurts. Yeah, I'm too busy overclocking. Heck with it. Alright. Reset the CMOS again. Fortunately, it's not flash and it doesn't have a finite lifetime. You can update it as many times as you want. Sounds like the church just turned the boiler up. I can hear the pipes, steam, water hammering. Blink. Yes, I rent my building from a church. No, my rooms. For the computer shop, anyway. For the tech shop. Alright, so you're gonna go, I think. Yep, there we go. Let's just go 1.3 volts. Screw it. Let's give her 300 millivolts. You don't want to beat it too hard, or it'll fall off. You'll go blind. Oops, that might be the wrong thing. Oh. Eh? Hmm. Well, what's a whoa? 4600, huh? What do you say here? Huh. Huh. Ah, 1.34. Okay. Try it. That's like all the way to the moon. Oh, it changes the, whoa. Does that kind of run? Holy shit. Should have done that in the first place. Maybe bumping up the base clock frequency is the wrong way to go, but I guess I guess it's got selectable ratios. I'm not used to that. The 4639, huh? Well, what happens if we turn this up then? Let's see if we go 105 on that. Oh, it's going to do it. It did it. Holy shit. Alright, let's let it boot. Wow! I kind of like the front side bus frequency being higher, but I don't know. I'll take a higher thingamajig too. Yow. Neat. Alright. I should have thought of that before. Uh-oh. Something didn't run. Well, or that didn't run before, I think. Well, hello. Sensors has to say, oh, it's OQ? No, sensors. Wow. Nice and cool. GPU core. It doesn't seem to show me, oh, yeah, it does. Sort. No, it doesn't. Doesn't show me CPU core. See what she says in freedom units. She's room temperature, because it's 76 degrees and 75 degrees in here right now. Man, that's rad. Alright, well, yeah. C4, that's me. Okay, I'm going to let that run for a while. I'll come back and tell you what happened. I don't have to come back and tell you what happened. Down she goes. Alright, so 1.34 volts. At whatever clock speed that is, doesn't like it. So, .34, meet 1.4, screw it. Go all the way. No, it doesn't seem to like that, does it? Whoops. Oh, plus and minus. 1.395, there you go. So it turns yellow when you go to 1.4, it doesn't like that. I guess that's probably a damaging, it's beyond the limits of good taste or something. Makes like naked ladies pop up on the screen or something when you're not looking. Up she goes. Alright, I'm going to go sit down because I can't sit down very easily here and go run some stress tests, see what happens. Alright, well, I ran stress on it for 15 minutes and another thing I'm really concerned with is the individual core temperatures, but I'm not sure that that's right because you see we've got the package temperature here, 109 degrees, which is fine, but these are kind of high. That's like 70 or 80 C, something like that, which they tell me will break some things, but at the same time, the radiator's still not that hot. Actually, it's cool, barely warm. The reservoir is not even warm, it's cool. And it's not unstable or anything. It just sits there chooching. So, I guess we'll keep on going. We got 105 megahertz at 46 times, I think. I guess we'll see what she'll do. See, as soon as I Control C to up, see the temperature drops back down immediately. So I'm thinking that's the internal core temperatures, and this is the package temperature. Although it hasn't gone up much or dropped much lately. It should be dropping now they're taking the load off it. Well, let's go and see what this says here. Let's see what the setup says. Hey. I said delete, didn't I? There we go. Alright. Hardware monitor. 53.5C. 57. .392 volts. That's fair. That's a little warm. Kind of don't like that, but and the alternative is just to back off the voltage and the clock speed, which I'm not going to do. Can we do 106? I don't know, can we? It's trying to. Can we do 107? Gentlemen, do I have at least one number right? Oops, there we go. 107. Yeah, this ought to run a lot better than that. 4590 for encoding on Shotcut, especially under Linux, and it came up. Alright, when did it crap before? Now, let's just let it boot. I could put a bigger cooling system on this thing, whoops, but let's just let her go the way it is for right now. Nope, I think Linux doesn't like that very much. It's not, yep, it didn't like it. Alright. I don't want to put the voltage up a whole hell of a lot more. Alright, let's go back down to 107. Oh, it is on 107, alright. Not that far. We'll do that. I don't want to beat the thing too hard. Then again, I'm going to have to back off it anyway if the it won't run stable at that. Oh, we got a problem. Alright. Alright, we'll back her back off to 106 and see what happens. I'll take the voltage down just a hair. Yep, she toast. Alright, we're going to back her off to 106 and back the voltage off to 1.395 where it was. Alright. 106. I wonder if I can set this up a little higher. Let's go to 47 and see what happens. It's like I can't quite breach 5 gigahertz here. 106, 47. I think that's probably going to crap out, but we'll try it. Yeah, let's leave the voltage up and see what happens. 32, 35, 37, 40, 30, 55, 35, 4 up, 6, 2, 7, 8. Come on, B2, yes. Bang. Alright, let's let her boot, see what happens. I think if it boots, that's as far as I'm going. Nope, it doesn't like it. Alright, let's take her back down then. Can't quite make it over that 5 gig mark. And if it boots up like this stable, I'm going to keep backing the voltage off little by little until we get to something where it'll just slightly, like 5 millivolts higher than the lowest stable voltage. Maybe 10. Is it? I don't want to make that much heat. Well, that's stable there. It looks like it. So 106 megahertz, 46 times. No weird errors, nothing unusual. And she comes up. All right. Well. All right, we're running stress now. And I don't like these numbers, but those immediately go back down as soon as I shut down stress. This number is acceptable. It's a little on the high side, but I mean, for if it was an air-cooled system running non-overclocked, it would be the same way. This thinks it's 4.6 gig. I think it's a little higher than that. Uh-oh. Breakage. Severe breakage. Alright, I guess that's as hot as it wants to run. And what do we got for voltage here? 1.415. Alright. Take it down to 1.4. Let's take this. 46. Alright, down to 105 then. Oh, it lets me do little fractions. Oh, neat. Yeah, that's good enough. See if we can beat it into submission here. So while you're doing that, I'm going to play with my screwdriver. This is the same charge as I had on it a couple months ago when I replaced those batteries in there. That's kind of cool. I like that. Okay. Do we have a boot? No wordy shit going on. Yep. Stand by. And we're back. Alright, she's still cooking. We do a non-freedom units for the rest of you and the rest of the world here. I think it starts thermal throttling at like 90C or 100C, whatever that is in freedom units. That's kind of warm. I don't like that, but that's the cores themselves. So this is, allegedly, this is the package temperature here, so that's what we're concerned with. Alright, we're going to let her sit there and run for a while, and I'll be back. Alright, it's been about an hour. I've been messing around and got Shotcut loaded on this thing, the latest version, and got all the drives mounted, all the server drives mounted that have got all this stuff on them. And I load it up, and after a couple of minutes it craps out. So let's get to the bottom of that. 1.41. I don't like that very much, but it'll work. I guess we'll have to turn it down some. Let's go down to 104. I'm not letting it go easy. I had the encoding started a couple of times. I'm using RDP for this. It puts a little bit more strain on it, but it's not too bad. And well, this is kind of nice. Since I loaded X on here, it actually shows you the boot up process again. Look at that. At least some of it. I wish they'd show you the boot stuff on here like they did before. They try to hide everything, all the inner workings, everything. Like, I don't want you to do that. This is Linux, dude. I want to see how it works, you know? That's stupid. Kiss my ass. No, I'm not buying a new monitor, you bastards. Alright. Forgot to make a swap partition on here, so swap on, swap file. That's about twice the size of the RAM, 16 gigs. I got 8 gigs of RAM in here. Now I need more RAM because I'm going to be running X, at least X through RDP. I need to set an alias for that. Alright, she's cooking pretty good the way she is, but let's see if the package temperature keeps dropping. Yeah, not necessarily, but whatever. Alright, let's throw her back into X and see what happens. Well, nope, she went plop again, but it took longer this time, so that's good. Let's go down to 103, I guess. Let's take some of the voltage out of here, too. It probably doesn't like all this heat either. Let's go to 102. Yeah. See what we get now. It seems like that stress utility doesn't really beat on it quite as much as Shotcut does. So we'll nail it with Shotcut. Well, I can't believe how much better this water cooling is than air cooling. It's just ridiculous. You can just dump heat into this thing and it just takes it and gets rid of it. And it gets rid of it fast, too. It doesn't feel like it's very hot, but I mean, it's dumping heat out of this thing. Obviously, because it's still running. Alright, Control-Alt F1. Alright, let's try her again. Alright, she's cranked up. I'm going to fire up Shotcut from the other machine, see what we do. Alright, here goes. I see the temperature is going up. It's still responding, so that's good. Hasn't failed yet. But now she's heating up. I'm guessing you're probably seeing a pretty high load average over there. Oh, just went down. No, it's staying. Okay, cool. It's still running. So getting rid of some of that heat helped. I wonder if we could drop the voltage anymore. Yeah, I'd be kind of concerned about that. Maybe we just hit the hard limit of the package capabilities. Oh yeah, dude, it's going. All right, cool. So it's still running. That's the longest it's run so far. Load average of 8. Nice. The reservoir is still cold. The radiator feels cold. There's a little bit of warm air coming out of it, but it's just barely a couple of the tubes. Check it out. Yeah, magic junk pile. There we go. There she is. Let's see if we can find a good thumbnail picture here. There we go. That might be an even better one. She's cooking though still, I think. Yeah, it's still cool. It's still encoding. Right on. Okay, that's awesome, because that means this may in fact be a usable machine. We can beat the heck out of this thing, making electronics abuse episodes. That's my YouTube channel that you're probably watching this on right now. Bonk. There we go. Alright, I think we found our settings. She's just hammering. Load average 9.6. The temperatures look kind of high, but the package temperature is okay. I think our limitation, what we're running into here, is not the package temperature itself, but the individual core temperatures, because the individual cores can't dissipate heat fast enough into the package that the damn thing can continue operating correctly. So we've just got to reduce the amount of heat coming out of it. Or I don't think I'm going to go any more than that, because it releases too much heat, it uses too much power, and it dumps too much heat into the room. But technically I could get a couple hundred more megahertz out of it by just running the thermoelectric array that I built, but thermoelectric cooler array. But I think this is about as far as we're going to get realistically. I mean, I could take the damn thing to the moon with liquid nitrogen, but then again it would use way too much power, and it would use way too much expensive liquid nitrogen. So I think we're just going to stick at this, and I'm going to let it run for as long as it takes to encode this video, and it looks like we're good. Alright, well, hey, what the heck. If it runs, I'm going to figure out a little better way to package this thing, shove it in my render farm rack, and next time I load up a video, I'll stick her in there. Alright, about 5 minutes into an encoding session, it bombed out on me. So it's getting better, but not real better. So I turned it down to 101 megahertz and set the voltage to 1.39. I might have to turn it all the way down to 100 and maybe back off of the multiplier some. I mean, it's at 46 now. We could probably turn her down a little bit. But 101 times 46 is still reasonable, considering that it would be 3,900 before. Alright, let's give her another shot, see what she does. Alright, back to the drawing board. Whoops. I gotta turn on swap yet. Hold on. Alright. I've got the RDP here. There we go. Okay, now you should be able to hear me through both the camera and the recording machine. I'm going to maximize this. It should work. I'm going to clap. I'm going to clap twice. That should sync us up to when I edit this video. And now you should be watching my screen here. You see the numerics here. Okay, first of all, make this embiggen the window because I hate small windows. Alright. Whoops. Swap on, swap file. Free. We got swap. Good. Alright, cool. Okay, now give me another window. Terminal emulator. Fire up Shotcut. And Yins can watch what the temperatures do and also watch what top does. Actually, maybe I can run top on here. Yes, I can. And I'm going to do a light background. Okay, Linux test continued. Alright, go. Go. Oh, I'm doing that grading thing again. That's irritating. Or is it? Alright. So you can see my temperatures here. Got the package temp, core, and core. And other package temp. But, oh, that must be the motherboard. Whatever. Anyways, let's try encoding yet another electronics abuse video. Export. Video. Mount. Okay. Save. Replace, because that one's junk. Okay. Load goes up. Temperature goes into through the roof, but hopefully not all the way through the roof. See, the pain in the ass is you've got to catch it to where it gets just high enough that it lets you do what you want to do, but it's not so high that it crashes it, or crashes it after a period of time, which it's been doing. That's a problem. Oh, I'm doing that damn growly thing again. Well, I guess it has something to do with me having coronavirus a month ago and still not recovering. Oh, I hate that. Ooh, it's encoded 1% already. That's good. Temperatures are looking kind of rough. Better than last time. As long as the water doesn't start boiling. It's still cooking. I still got my RDP links. Or not my RDP link, my RDP connection, I should say. I'm going to post down here. As soon as I said that, probably, actually. As long as the stuff is still moving in this window, that means that it's still working right, or vaguely working right. Now the nice thing is, previously when I was trying to run Shotcut on this machine, it would just immediately crash. The encoding would just stop, and that's because the process got killed because there was an error. She's getting warm now. That could be a problem. That's still running. 3%. Wow, that's quick. That's about an hour-long video. That's encoding in about the same amount of time that it takes to play it. This would be a 6-hour job on my other machine. I gotta try this on the Xeon next. I wish I could overclock that. I've got X5460s. Maybe I can, but it's kind of in-depth. I have to mess with the oscillator on the board. That's in a Dell, so typically they don't let you do that, but although maybe the super micro boards will let you do that. I'll have to look. Xeon stuff usually doesn't like overclocking though, just because, I mean, it'll probably work okay. Just, they don't like you doing that because they like to have, reliable servers or whatever kind of junk you're running. Alright, this is good. It's running a lot longer than it did before. Alright, I'm going to let her rip. See what we get. Alright, well, looks like we got a winner here. She's a running. Got a pretty high load on the machine. It's been up 40 minutes and it's been cooking. And I had to crank it down to 45 multiplier. Well, hold on. 46 multiplier, but I had to turn the bus speed back down to 100. So we're running at 4.6 gig. Still not bad for a dumpster machine. I mean, let's see it. Well, not quite every part of this thing came from the dumpster because the water cooling stuff obviously isn't, but it's less than $100 worth of stuff. I think I paid 20 bucks, 15 bucks for the radiator because it's only a single 120 millimeter. And the hose came from something else, that 5/16 hose. Paid like 8 bucks for the hose barbs. The G1/4 wacko O-ring thread thing. Let's see, the case was free, the power supply was free, hard drive was free, floppy drive was free. The iced tea jug that I've got everything running into was free. Well, for the price of a jug of iced tea. The pump costs like, I think they're $6 or $7. They're cheap. So that's not too bad. Well, guess what? It just crashed. Whoops. Wait a minute, or did it? Hold on. No, it didn't. It did not crash and burn. Good. It's not quite at real-time encoding for 60 frames a second, but it's damn close. It's within probably 15 or 20 minutes of it on an hour-and-a-half file. There's the temperatures. I'm still kind of concerned about this stuff. The package temperature looks kind of weird. This one's okay. I don't remember what that is. That might be the package temperature. This one I think is like all the cores. The cores themselves, I'm not sure what that reading is because as soon as I shut the load off, as soon as I stop loading them down, they go back down to normal. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's just thermal limitations of the cores and the package itself. I might try to lap the CPU and lap the heatsink and see if I can get any better, squeeze anything more out of it without getting too far into it. Yeah, I'll call it a win. I use this as my little render farm machine. The next set of Xeon CPUs should be here tomorrow. I'll give you the Soviet ratings here. Oh, Skylake Virtual Device. I think that's a CPU. 37.5C, which is like, what, 80 or 90 Freedom units. Let's find out. 99.5. So that, I mean, for the package temperature, that's okay, I guess. I'm guessing those cores being so hot is why they won't run reliably at any higher speeds. I mean, I'm only getting 4.6 gig out of it. Still, that's not too bad. See if this will tell us anything interesting about the CPU. Or the speed. I thought I turned it down to 45 multiplier, maybe I didn't. I know I turned it down to 100 megahertz. For some reason, those things just don't like their front side bus being turned up, especially on this machine. Well, I guess that's good. We'll let her go. It's up to 10% on this file already. If I'd quit dicking around with the RDP stuff, it would be even faster. Oh, I'm running this thing through RDP. I'm not actually locally talking to it. I'm on my Windows box. As you can tell by the Activate Windows thing in the bottom right corner, because I haven't and am not going to activate it because it's probably going to get wiped anyway. Alright, well, that's it for that. I shall see you-uns later. Well, good news. We encoded an entire hour and a half video in an hour and a half. That's good because typically it would have taken my equipment, my usual workstation, 6 or 8 hours to encode that same video. So I think we're ahead. So it helped me to just put this little fan on the voltage regulators, and that's it. So I'm going to start, you know what, I'm going to crank it up, see if I can get any more speed out of it, and maybe that cooling off the voltage regulators helps a little bit. Got to mount that fan really before we start using it in earnest, but not bad. See what we get here. Let's bump the CPU back up to 46. Bump this back up to like 103. I probably just pulled too much. Sometimes I get too greedy and it screws me. Well, I mean, it's trying to boot. Let's find out. I bet you cooling that voltage regulator probably helps. Ding. Now what? Oh, that's somebody cool. Alright. Alright, let me see if I can encode the same video with this machine again. This time at a higher speed. With the voltage regulators being cooled off properly. I bet you it'll work. Well, that didn't work. Looks like our best bet is 101. Or 102, and well, let's go 146 and see if we can go 147. Bear in mind also that I backed off of the voltage a little bit. It's 3.975, I think. She's still booting. Well, screw. Let's see if we can... How far can we bump up the ratio? Well, that would be kind of interesting, but I doubt that's going to work. Try 48, see what she does. I think we're banging up against the thermal limits of the CPU here, though. I mean, the physical core is thermal limits. Let it boot, see what happens. We'll see if it'll boot. Yep, no boot. Alright, I think it's going to have to be 46.